Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. It is time for another quilt block for the Quilt Block Party. If you are not familiar with this series, I have a playlist link down below. You can go check out all the other blocks that I've made so far. I am making 20 cohesive blocks that could be used in a quilt or in other projects. I am not finishing the actual quilt with these, just doing the blocks, and the blocks will be put on eBay when they are done. I am doing something completely different today, something again that I have never done. I will still be using my 13-inch foundation fabric to build the block on, but before I do that, I am going to attach a lot of rows of fabric to create a strip set. Going to give this a try and see how this works. Could be interesting, could be a fail, we don't know. So let's just go to the machine and I'm just going to start sewing these together. And I do want to mention stretchy fabrics. I put fusing on the back because since I'm not putting them down on a foundation, I didn't want to deal with it. And very slinky fabrics also have the fusing. This is a t-shirt knit that's got the fusing. And I'm just going to sew them, put them together like this, right sides together. And I'm going to go wonky because I like wonky, so I'm going to just do things not straight up and down. I have no idea how much I will need of these strips, so I'm just going to make a lot. And it's just going to be one big, gigantic piece of fabric. Thread color does not matter for this. None of the thread will show. The best thing to do is always have it so that your bottom fabric sticks out a little bit so that you can see it. Then you know you're catching it as you sew. Let's go. Now I'll be adding the other piece. And when you do this, just make sure you somewhat line up your tops of the fabrics. The bottom is going to be very uneven, and that's okay because we're going to be trimming all this off after. Let me back you up a little bit. There we go. And I am sewing all the way down if there's, two fabrics. These scraps that end up getting cut off because it's not even, I'll be using those in other projects. So I want to make sure they're sewn together. Now I could go press each time, or I can just wait and press all at the end. I'm going to just wait and press all at the end. Kind of moving in the wrong direction. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to even out this side instead. Just as long as you have one side kind of even. Doesn't matter if it's top or bottom. And I have mixed with even some little skinny strips. So remember, I've switched my panel. This is the end that's going to be even. So I'm just putting the fabric as even as I can. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's all being trimmed. Since this is a narrow piece, I am going to go press. Okay, I'm going to continue. I think I'll go press. This is narrow, I'm going to go press it. That was quite fun. It's just mindless sewing. So look, I have a big strip here. Let's put it this way. All different kinds of fabrics, just all sewn together. Now I am going to start cutting strips out of this to use on my foundation. Joy, joy. And they don't necessarily need to be straight. I'm just folding this over. I'm not going to care about these uneven edges for right now, and I'm just going to cut a strip. It'll give me something to start with. Let's get the foundation piece. I'm going to be putting a strip somewhere in the center, kind of wonky. Ooh, I like this better. All right, let's just, as long as it's hanging off a little bit on both sides, Going to start with that. Now I'm going to do another strip. I like this. So I'm going to be adding this strip to the foundation. So I'm going to put it like this and just sew on this straight line of this piece. See how this piece has a straight line? I'm folding it over, going to sew on this line, and then when I turn it, we'll have 2 rows already done. I'm going to press to set, and then I'm going to open it and press. And we have that. Okay, let's get another strip. Let's do a narrower one this time. And I'm not caring if same fabrics touch. This is a crazy quilt. I'm not going to be concerned. Well, I wouldn't want it this much touched because, oh, this is all identical. So obviously, no, we don't want every piece to be the same. Okay, let's use this side. Ah, this is good. Do like that. Okay, that's going to go there. And then what will I put on this end? That's good. That's going to go there. Looking crazy. I think I might have enough, not sure. Let's do a little bit wider this time. Do that. And there'll still be some room for another piece. I'm going to just straighten this edge out here for sewing purposes. And let's see this side. Likey so. My natural lighting is changing on me, so I changed the setting on the camera. I hope it's okay. Someday I'll have a studio with all the lighting I need. And we know that will never happen. This is coming out pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to trim this row this way. Make it narrower here. We can put one more piece to finish that off. This guy looks okay. Now, do we have enough? That is the question. I do not think we do. So what I'm going to do is, we do have enough right there for that row. See what I'm talking about there? That fits. Okay, I'm going to snip this off, and that's going to be sewn on right there. Now for this other side, I can put some of these pieces together. Oh, that's too matchy-matchy. That's too matchy-matchy. So this is going to have to go, that. Look, I'll be able to make a strip. I'm going to sew these 2 pieces together. Now we should have enough here. And we do. So I'm going to just put this here and sew. Now, I am going to square this off. Let me trim some of this first. I want to show you, this is all that I had left over from that original piece that I put together. And then these little bits, which you know I can't probably throw these little bits away. Okay, let's do 13 inches square-ish. Ish is an important word in my vocabulary. I am going to go stitch close to the edge all the way around. And now for the big reveal, and I haven't looked yet. Oh my God! I am honestly going to say that I think this is my favorite. I just love it. I love the wonkiness, I love the randomness of it. It just looks so cool. Oh my God, this was just so fun. So this to me is a A+. I absolutely love it. Now, some of you might think it's too weird. It's everybody's own individual taste, but this is right up my alley. I will take some close-ups for you to see, and thank you so much for watching, and I will be back with more soon. Bye!
I have the Quilt Block playlist at the top right for your viewing pleasure. Below that is my most recent upload. And please subscribe if you haven't yet, because I want you to.